So we are now on the second weekend of Birds of Prey. And of course, people are freaking out because once again, another movie that tried to lecture its fan base failed. I'm not shocked. My theater was empty. A lot of other theaters were empty. That was one of the memes going around of people posting pictures of their theater and there was nobody there. I thought that was a lovely thing. Because what have they done with this movie for the past year? They've tried to lecture customers. They've tried to lecture their fan base and do this really weird kind of woke messaging with it. Particularly Ewan McGregor, who ran around for an entire year talking about how it's time up for men and that this film is going to dismantle toxic masculinity and all this really weird stuff. So the movie did terrible and no one wanted to see it. And then you have a movie like Sonic the Hedgehog come out and people love it and want to go see it. Plus that movie did a lot of good faith, changing the character model and really putting a lot of goodwill with fans. And, you know, I think that really helped that movie a lot. So you have one movie that gave customers the finger, and then you have the other movie, Sonic, which gave customers a handshake. I wonder which one it's going to do better. Which one might pique curiosity. So Birds of Prey is doing bad. And as of course, when you have a very woke feminist movie, you're going to have white knights and the woke brigade that are going to come out and defend it. And that is exactly what's been going on for pretty much the past week. They did a lot of weird stuff, trying to say that the film was Istophobic and all of this stuff. But nonetheless, the shills are coming out. Here's Scott Mendelson, the biggest corporate shill on the planet, with this headline, Birds of Prey marketing is not to blame for disappointing box office. I disagree. What other reason is there for this film to have failed? And you can blame marketing on so many different levels. You can blame the fact that they did it with the weird kind of woke messaging, which I think was the biggest thing. But you can go at another angle on this. They should have leaned into the R rating. Okay, that's something they should have done. Deadpool did that, leaned really hard into that R rating, and it was beneficial. You could have done stuff like that. Instead, they decided to market the movie as girl power, and that really didn't get a lot of people excited for the film. Marketing is the biggest culprit for this movie. I think Ewan McGregor should definitely be fined and flogged for what he did. The studio should take him out back and give him a good whipping, because Ewan McGregor is I think probably 50% of the reason why this film bombed. Because, like I said, it speaks for itself. Look him up. Look up Ewan McGregor, toxic masculinity, Birds of Prey. You'll see about probably 75 articles pop up because he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He couldn't keep his mouth shut. Ran around, drove this movie into the ground. So white knights are a little upset, and they're coming out with a vengeance. And here's a really good example of the white knights. You can see this tweet here, 692 retweets, 7.1 likes. A lot of people are talking about it. And this is, of course, that Star Wars girl who tweeted out, wow, hashtag Birds of Prey really went out of their way to make Margot Robbie look absolutely terrible. And they really did do that. And that's because they made a point to talk about this for their marketing, that this film was going to deconstruct the male gaze. So you have Margot Robbie, very beautiful, attractive woman. And then you have what she looks like in Birds of Prey. Take a look at how she looks in a movie like Wolf of Wall Street, or even in Suicide Squad, where she was wearing like hot shorts and all this stuff. These were selling points. Instead, what we're going to do is deconstruct the male gaze. They actually thought that this was going to excite people or something. I don't know. So I think it's funny when people point it out, and that's what Star Wars girl did. She pointed it out, said, hey, she looks absolutely terrible in Birds of Prey. And of course, the white knights don't like that. So for about 4 days, they've been going hard against her for this opinion. I really don't understand why this is a big deal, why you can't want to see attractive people. Because here's the thing. If you point out that, ooh, yeah, Henry Cavill looks good or doesn't look good, no one would bat an eye. But if you talk about the fact that they don't have an attractive woman, people get all upset about it, which I think is a really big double standard that, you know, they don't want to address. So people are coming at her, saying stuff like, you know, she's looking for male approval, or they're calling her a man, and she's retweeting like, look at this one, sorry you didn't get to boner, and all of this stuff. They've been going at her hard. And people point out, oh, she looks gorgeous. I'm sorry. Compare this picture to how she looks in Suicide Squad. Even this one, okay? She looks better in Suicide Squad. They put her in like weird confetti clothing, like cargo pants, all kinds of stuff. I don't know what they were thinking. It was a selling point that would have brought people in the theaters. And, you know, by the way, men still showed up. 54% of the audience was still men. But you still turned off a large portion of the audience. Men do want to see an attractive person. They want to see attractive women. That's kind of a thing. I don't understand why this is a big deal. But of course, we can't have that. You know, we can't have attractive women. You know, we have to defeminize them and all this weird stuff. It doesn't make any sense. And it's a really stupid point. I don't see anything wrong with wanting an attractive woman to look attractive in a movie. You purposely turn her into this so that you can prove some kind of woke point. And it really didn't help the film. But how dare you point that out? If you do, these white knights, they'll come after you. They do this with Brie Larson too, by the way, but they're going to go a little hard on this movie for a while because, well, they don't have the point. So with the Captain Marvel movie, they can at least point out that that movie made money. And they like to shove that in our faces. But with this film, it was a disaster. So they can't do anything. So they're bitter and they're mad about it. Any point that you make, they're going to do stuff like this. So she's been getting harassed hard for like 3 days. I wish she would make a video and monetize them. But, you know, she doesn't have to. She can do what she wants. But I did want to talk about this. But go ahead, Screechers. Get as mad as you want. Because I can say this. You won't be getting a sequel. It's not coming. Next time you'll see Harley Quinn, we'll be in Suicide Squad 2. And that's it. You won't see a Birds of Prey 2. Sorry. Not going to happen. So you can screech all you want. You lost this one. Sorry. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. I'd like to hear what you have to say about this. Drop a comment. Throw a like up. Share the video. That would be appreciated. Also, make sure you still subscribe. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you all on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that. And subscribe if you're new.